Welcome to the Parent Connection, a program dedicated to empowering parents and caregivers with the knowledge and resources to support their children's educational journey. Our mission is to strengthen the partnership between families and schools by offering resources and a supportive community for sharing experiences and practical tools to help your child succeed. This is part 3 in our series. Today, we will discuss the difference between worry, stress, and anxiety. Many times I meet with a student who uses the term anxiety to describe distress. Once we sit and talk for a while, we realize together that what they are experiencing isn't actually anxiety, but something that is a bit more manageable. It causes me to pause and wonder if we are using some of these terms interchangeably to describe any situation that is causing distress. Maybe we are overusing the term anxiety. By doing so, we make it harder to manage distress and therefore harder to learn the specific skills needed to resolve, treat, or cope with difficult situations. If we want to manage our discomfort, we need to know the difference between worry or concern, stress and anxiety, where they come from, and some coping skills. According to a study by the Child and Adolescent Health Measurement Initiative, 10% of children aged 3 through 17 are officially diagnosed with anxiety, with the percentage of females being slightly higher than males. Let's start by looking at worry. Worry happens in your mind. Worry is about a thought. It's rooted in the frontal lobe. The function of this part of the brain includes our ability to reason. Worry is a cognitive and emotional response to future events, such as wondering how to complete our homework or how to manage our obligations. Worry is a component of anxiety. Worry is useful in that it helps us solve complex problems. But if worry becomes distorted, compulsive, or we get stuck in our worry, we can develop depression or anxiety. In turn, taking action on your problems reduces worrying thoughts. It's also possible to have temporary bad stress and worry that never actually grows into bad anxiety. To manage worry, we need to change the way we think. Stress is rooted in the brainstem, the part of the brain that is responsible for our fight, flight, or freeze response. This is the part of the brain often referred to as our lizard brain. And if you've ever tried to catch a lizard, you can understand that concept. Stress actually happens in the body. Stress is the physical aspect of anxiety, causing adrenaline and cortisol levels in the body to rise. Some physical symptoms of stress include, but are not limited to, increased heart rate, perspiring, and breathing faster. Stress is part of the human condition and instinctive, as it helps us respond to threats. There are also different ways to cope with feeling stressed out. To manage stress, we need to look at what our triggers are, and then we change our reactions into healthy responses. You can experience 2 types of stress. There is good stress and there is bad stress. Bad stress can create all kinds of physical problems, especially if you have chronic stress in your life. Examples of bad stress include divorce, legal issues, injury or illness, abuse or neglect, death of a loved one, or conflicts at a job. Good stress differs. Stress can be exciting. It can actually help you improve your performance and make you feel alive. Some good sources of stress include marriage, vacation, passing a big exam, getting a raise, playing sports, a job promotion, or moving to a new home. Anxiety begins in the limbic system, and it has to do with the feelings of dread that something bad is going to happen. Whereas worry is in the mind and stress is in the body, anxiety happens to both mind and body. Anxiety occurs when we are worried and stressed out at the same time. It is a combination of emotional and physical responses to perceived threats that simultaneously affect our entire self. Anxiety can be a reaction to stress, but it can also occur without an obvious trigger. It is characterized by persistent, excessive worries that don't go away. Importantly, symptoms of normal anxiety do not negatively interfere with daily functioning. They may actually improve your attention and problem solving, motivate you to work harder toward a goal, or warn you about a potential threat. For example, anxiety about an upcoming exam will likely drive you to prepare fully. And the anxiety a hiker might experience when encountering a bear allows the hiker to run to safety. These examples demonstrate how normal levels of anxiety can be adaptive and helpful to your everyday life. Anxiety disorders are characterized by severe, persistent worry that is excessive for the situation and extreme avoidance of anxiety-provoking situations. These symptoms cause distress, impair daily functioning, and occur for a significant period. So how do we manage these intense feelings? The first step is to identify where they are coming from. Are they coming from a thought? Can we feel it in our body? Or maybe we are experiencing both. Once we are able to do that, we can begin to simplify the feelings and utilize coping skills. Let's talk about managing worry. To manage worry, we need to look at what is influencing the thought. It's difficult to stop hypothetical worries, but you can control your response to them. What is within your circle of control? What is outside your circle? Problem solve the things you have control over. Be mindful of our circle of control and what's happening in the present. We can't change the past and we can't predict the future. Next, let's manage our what ifs. Have you ever noticed that what if sentences always end in something negative? When our what if thoughts continue to focus on negative and uncertainty, then the prediction of the outcome will always be negative. How many times have we ever asked what if and continued with a positive? For example, instead of saying, what if they don't like me, we say, what if they do like me? Instead of, what if something bad happens, we say, what if nothing bad happens? Let's just flip the script. When a negative what if bubbles up, turn it into a positive what if. Instead of self-doubt, we can rely on our past history of overcoming specific challenges to prove that we can do it. Turn self-doubt into self-confidence. Managing stress. Since stress is something that resides in our physical self, managing it also resides there. For example, children who generally spend a lot of time online will feel less stress if they disengage for a while. They will experience a reset if we encourage them to eat well-balanced meals, go outside, enjoy fresh air, and exercise. It might mean that you will have to do the same, but it will benefit the entire family. Also, make sure they are getting enough sleep. Preschoolers need approximately 10 to 13 hours of sleep per day, including naps. School-aged children, 6 to 13 years old, need about 9 to 12 hours per day. And it is recommended that teens 14 to 17 years old need approximately 8 to 10 hours per day. Additionally, make time to enjoy each other's company as a family. Practice mindfulness. Stay in the moment that is happening right in front of you. Managing anxiety. To manage anxiety, we need to pay attention to where the negative messages are coming from. Are they coming from our thoughts or from our bodies? If they are coming from our thoughts, then we can address the worry. If they are coming from our bodies, then we can address the stress. For anxiety, I recommend the ABCDE technique. A is for attention. When you feel distressed, stop what you're doing and pay attention to your inner dialogue. What is your mind telling you? B is for believe. Do not automatically believe your thoughts. C is for challenge. Diffuse the anxiety by broadening your focus. Think about what is the bigger picture. Is the thought fact or opinion? What might you think if you were feeling calmer? D is for discount. Acknowledge that anxiety has been dominating your thinking and discount the unhelpful thoughts. Let them go. E is for explore. Explore options. Think about what options you have available. What would be more helpful to focus on right now? Finally, remember that it's okay to feel discomfort. So many times we try to avoid unpleasant feelings. It's okay to just sit with discomfort. Know that it is normal. Accepting distress is often the quickest way to feel immediate relief. People who experience anxiety have been shown to have a low tolerance for uncertainty. But uncertainty is an inescapable part of life. Uncertainty and change are expected. It's important to understand that you cannot control anxiety from occurring. This is your brain's automatic survival mechanism. What matters is learning how to respond to the anxiety helpfully. If your stress or anxiety does not respond to these management techniques, or if you feel that either stress or anxiety are affecting your day-to-day functioning or mood, consider talking to a mental health professional who can help you understand what you are experiencing and provide you additional coping tools. As always, thank you for participating in this presentation. My name is Rhonda Evans. I am the Counseling Services Coordinator for Godley ISD. If you or anyone you know needs assistance, please contact us at any time.